Dating. Are you single or maybe have dated and been on the dating scene and realized slowly but surely, like, this really sucks? Does dating to you seem like some kind of dystopian nightmare where you probably won't survive? Yes, then this is the video for you. Dating is hard. I don't understand why dating is hard. It shouldn't be this hard, but let me add a caveat. American dating is hard. What if I told you that there is a place where people are old fashioned, you get to go on dates, you have wonderful little couple gifts and anniversaries every 30 days. Now, you may think I'm crazy and you're probably thinking to yourself, Kiki, you on crack, because that place doesn't exist. And is it some kind of place you made up? No, I am not making this place up. No, I am not on crack. I'm not smoking the crack route. I don't do drugs. Thank you very much. The place that I'm talking about is, surprisingly, South Korea. Now, I previously did a video where I talked about that American dating culture sucks. So if you have not watched that video, please go watch that video because it's very enlightening. And it wasn't too serious. It was said tongue in cheek. But I mentioned that international dating is different depending on what culture you're in. Dating is different. There are a lot of gurus and relationship advice people, and a lot of people throw out a lot of things about men doing this and women doing this. But they don't add the caveat is it may be Western women do this, Western men do that. So, because it's just different. There is a difference in every culture in dating. I have dated men in other cultures. And so we're going to talk about the South Korean dating culture. It's right before Valentine's Day. So we're going to get into it, and I will prove to you and show you that the way things are in America doesn't have to be that way in America. And with this knowledge, hopefully you'll be able to change your mindset about Korea. It doesn't mean you have to go out there and date Korean men or Korean women. It will change your mindset because it definitely has changed mine. So stay tuned all the way to the end. And we're just going to talk about the Korean cultural dating habits for beginners. Now, let's start from the beginning. My name is Kiki. Welcome to my channel. My channel, I talk about everything that is Asian culture, normally a slant towards K-pop, but then I also talk about cultural history in relation between Asia, all of Asia, but mainly Korea, and also Asian and Korean culture in relation to American, especially Black culture. Okay, the things that I'm telling you in this video, I will read certain things. I have my handy dandy laptop. I'll read certain things. And then I'll also tell you my anecdotal evidence, because I'm speaking not just from things that I've read or seen. And I'm not talking about what goes on in damn K-dramas, because none of that K-drama shit ain't real. But I'm talking about what really, really, really goes on dating internationally and dating in Korea. And I have some experience in this. And so that's why I feel strongly about these things. And this advice, I'm not really giving advice. I'm just giving you guys knowledge. I am not a relationship advice expert. I am not a relationship guru. I give you information and you can pick and choose what to do with this information, or whether this information is a curiosity, whether it affects you, whether it helps you. I hope to God this information will help you in some sort of way. Or maybe, it's just knowledge. It's just good to know what other people are doing. So we're going to get into it. But yes, my channel, I make sure you like, share, subscribe, thumb up the video, comment below if you agree or disagree with me, and let's begin. So let's start off with American dating culture. Now, for those of you who are married and haven't dated in a long time, I don't know what to tell y'all, because y'all have no idea. Even if you've been in a relationship or a marriage for the past 5 years, 10 years or so, things have changed drastically in the past 5 years of dating. Even in 4 or 5 years, things have changed. Why things have changed, I could do a whole video about that. That's for a later time and a later day. So dating today now is mostly, in America, online dating. Everybody pretty much meets online. People don't really meet IRL, which IRL stands for in real life. People mostly meet either through social media or through dating apps. This has been the bane of me personally, my personal existence. Um, I am at what you call a dating app OG. I have been on dating apps off and on ever since my husband passed away, and it's been about 10 years now. So I'm a dating app OG. What's up, OG? OG, yeah, yeah. But but all jokes aside, it when I first started out on dating apps many years ago, it has changed drastically. And like I said, I won't get into the details, but it's gone downhill. I won't get into the details how it's changed, but it's drastically gone downhill. I don't know. Some people blame the pandemic. Some people blame Trump. Some people blame AI. AI is definitely a problem with dating apps, but there's much more catfishing, ghosting, lying, scamming, cheating. I've talked about this in podcasts about the data and the numbers for online dating, that 65% of people that are on dating apps are either cheating, scammers, or liars, or they're on there just because they're using dating apps just to pass the time. So you have a bunch of non-serious people, men and women, on dating apps. You have women who are on dating apps that are there to get people to go to their OnlyFans website, or they're there to ask men for money, or it's just, so it's not just men, it's not just women that are trash. It's an equal opportunity level of trashness. So those of us who have been single, who have dated, who've been out there, can attest to you that it has been a nightmare to try to find somebody, not even just a relationship or marriage, but just to find somebody who is even interested enough in you to invest time in you to date. Okay? A lot of women, and men too, but a lot of women complain that men just don't really seem interested in trying to date. And I've been on Reddits. I've done a lot of research these past couple of weeks. I've been in them Reddit streets. I've been on those message boards, those dating app communities, and just reading around just to see what people are saying about dating. Because I want to know, maybe it's just me, but it's not just me. Even the men complain that it just seems like a lot of women, whether they be in their 20s, 30s, 40s, whatever, just don't seem interested in dating. Or people go on dating apps and people don't respond to messages. I know for a fact, my experience on dating apps has been men don't respond to my messages. Men don't really seem that interested. It goes nowhere. People like, well, maybe they talk to you. I don't even get far enough a lot of times to even send more than 2 or 3 messages, right? Like, we're not talking about I'm talking to somebody and we meet and then we realize, we're not compatible. I'm not talking about that. In order for you to actually meet someone in person, you have to talk to this person, get to know this person. It doesn't even go that far. That's my experience in dating apps. And again, that's another time for another video. Then a lot of people feel like they try to meet people and they're ghosted or they're lied to. There's a lot of scamming online. I could go on and on about how many fake profiles that are out there from pig butcherers in Taiwan and India and Lagos, Nigeria. There's a lot of scammers, people trying to get you to cash app them money, people pretending to be Michael Jackson or Johnny Depp. I don't know. Like, y'all think I'm lying, but this actually really does happen. So American dating is full of pratfalls and pitfalls. But besides just the cheaters and the scammers, let's just say you meet somebody that's not a cheater or a scammer. They're not some pig butcherer from China. They're a real person. It just seems like these days and age, it's just harder to get to know people. It's like people don't want to invest time and energy in you, me, us, whoever. It just seems like people are just very nonchalant. I'm a type of person that I vet people thoroughly. I at least try to. And nobody's perfect, but I try to really ask people questions to determine whether is this a person I want to spend my time with or not. And it's just hard for me to even get to that level of getting to know whether I even want to continue to talk to this person or not. You understand what I'm saying? Because it's like people are playing some kind of games or using people, I've said it in my previous video, as entertainment. There are people out there who are lonely, bored, horny, tired, whatever it is. And they use dating apps and they use other human beings as a way to distract them away from their family problems, home problems, problems with their kids, problems in their life, their work problems. They just need a distraction. I find in America that people are not dating towards anything. They're dating away from something. So let me repeat it again to the people in the back. I find in America that people are dating to get away from something and not towards forming a relationship with another person. That is a very accurate statement, and that's a very real statement. It's like you're supposed to come together to find somebody, not using a person to run away. So from your life, people just bored and need to be entertained. And I don't want to be anyone's entertainment. I don't know about y'all, but I'm not here to be anyone's entertainment. So internationally speaking, I'm learning the Korean language. And so I belong to different language apps. And these language apps, you do cultural exchange. I talked about in my previous video how much I hate TikTok. And so I talked about Red Note, and I've talked about Hello Talk. And Hello Talk is a language app, but it's built like a social media. And so you can create a profile and do posts. If you're curious, just to want to look around. And you get to talk to people all over, like not just in the language that you're trying to learn. There are people who will message you, from all over the world. It's very interesting. It's a very fun and good app. I suggest you get on it if you have good intentions. Now, if you have bad intentions, don't be going messing up Hello Talk Americans. Don't y'all do it. But as you get to talk to people, I have had Korean men, chat me up as just as friends, but then some of them have chatted me up as more than just friends. They're like, Kiki, you're a beautiful woman, you're educated, you're smart, yada, 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 flexing on them. No, I'm just kidding. But I was shocked to learn that, first of all, that Korean men are interested in black women. But I learned that Korean men are interested in black women and other types of women than just Korean women. And the ones that are interested in other types of women, they will quickly let you know that they're interested in your type of woman. So it's this very thing. So talking to a Korean man who's interested in me, a bunch of things happened. And so I am going to read an article. It talks about Korean dating. And we're just going to get into a few things. This may be a series. If this video does well, I will do a whole series just to let you guys know. Okay. So Korean relationships have milestones. The progression of the relationship has like different milestones, 1 month, 2 months, 3 months, and it has stages. Okay. So the first stage, you can see other people, you're getting to know this person, you can see other people. And then at the stage also, it's not serious. So sometimes, yes, you will get ghosted during the stage. This person's maybe feeling you out and you get ghosted, but it's nothing serious. It's not like, you guys are already had a relationship and you get ghosted. It's nothing serious. But 9 times out of 10, Korean men, I've learned, can be very honest and upfront with their intentions. And if they just want the physical, they will tell you that in hints and things that they say that they just want the physical. Okay. So, but that's the first phase. Then if you get to know somebody and things go well, it'll escalate to a phase called go back, which is a result of an exclusive relationship. Now, let me tell you, from getting to know each other to relationship can be very, very fast in Korean culture. A lot of Westerners get jarred by this. Whether you be male or female, this could go fast. Like you could literally be talking to somebody and hanging out when y'all go on group dates. I'll get into group dates in a second. And then it could be 3 or 4 dates and it'd be like, boom, okay, we're boyfriend and girlfriend. Just that quickly. It's not like we got to date 10 times and I got to fill you out for 5 or 6 months and then we're together. No, it's like they are very decisive. Either I like you or they don't. It's just that simple. And then I have to say that individual experiences may vary, and Korean people are not all the same. So there you get some people who are definitely in a certain mindset, and then also depends on age too, and then also depends on how conservative it is. So I just like to say that as well. But when the difference is, so let's start at the beginning. How do you meet this person? So typically speaking, Koreans meet romantic partners through work, through school, through family, through friends, stuff like that. Yes, there are dating apps in Korea. Yes, Koreans go on like Tinder and stuff like that, just like Americans do. But most of the time they meet somebody through friends. Your social events, gatherings, stuff like that. And then there's where friends hook you up on a blind date, called gating, which is quite common that friends arrange other friends. And again, I have to say, this is a stark contrast to America. I don't know about anybody else, but in America, a lot of friends and family are not really invested in your singleness. It's just kind of like you're single and you keep that over there. And then, every once in a while you may have a friend of a friend hook you up, or their husband or wife knows somebody that can hook you up. But in America, people aren't really invested in your getting rid of your singlehood. You may have to ask friends, hey, could you find somebody to hook you up? But 9 times out of 10, what I hear, I don't know, maybe it's just me from my friends, is they don't know anybody. They're like, well, I don't know anybody. I don't know anybody. In South Korea, people know people. People are literally, like, not always, but they're always like keeping an ear or eye, like, oh, this person would be good, especially the parents. Oh, this person would be good with my son or daughter. This happens a lot too in African and Indian culture. Like, parents will hook you up. Parents and grandparents have an invested interest in their child finding a suitable match. I said this in my previous video, and I'll say that now. Friends and family, brothers and sisters, have a communal experience. It's something sometimes negative, sometimes positive. Sometimes the person feels like their family and friends are too overbearing. If they're single for a long time, they're all like, oh, I got to hook you up. I got to hook you up. So some Koreans get overwhelmed because everybody's trying to hook them up, and they may not want to be hooked up, and they have to tell their friends and family all the time. But it's a really different vibe when everybody around you is getting married and having kids, and you're the still single one. Then people will put in some sort of effort to try to find you somebody. That differs from America. People don't really do that here. So there you go. And then, so after let's say your friend hook you up with somebody, and then you guys go on a date, right? Korean dating culture tends to be a bit more conservative. Now, things have changed with the young people over time. It's slowly becoming less conservative. There is an undercurrent of hookup culture in South Korea. I do have to say that. But it's not with grown folks. Like, I expect the hookup culture with, between 18 and 25. Here in America, the hookup culture has gone wild. Like, the hookup culture, you have 40, 50-year-olds still acting like 20-year-olds. They're still hooking up. They're still just looking for a booty call at 35, 40 years old. South Korea doesn't have that. So things are changing in South Korea with more westernized visitors and culture and music. But it's still, the point of dating somebody is to have a long-term relationship. So, so when I say conservative, I mean, there is a hookup culture, but that's usually for the young folks. Another thing with Koreans, they are not very physically affectionate in public. It's considered kind of like a social taboo. So there's not a lot of hugging and holding hands and putting your arm around someone out in public. That's considered very distasteful. So a lot of Westerners get shocked about that. So public displays of affection, like kissing, like PDA, is really frowned on. Especially if you're really out in traditional settings, you're out in public. It's not a thing. So go with that. Also, group dates. In South Korea, a lot of people do group dates. It's a lot of friends coming together with their partners, and you guys are going out, hanging out somewhere, or going over someone's house and eating at their house. Sometimes you may see a large group of people. Sometimes it's 4, sometimes it's 6, sometimes it's 10. Just a large group of people hanging out. Some of them in the group may be single. Some of them may be married. Some of them may be dating. Sometimes they have these group outings and group dates in order to introduce the single people to each other. So it's a very communal type of feeling, and when you go out on these group dates or these outings, it's a very relaxed, fun environment. You may go to a cafe, you may go to sing karaoke, you may go to a bar, you may go to a hot pot. It's especially in college, it's very prevalent in college. So here we go to the big one, relationship milestones. The progression of a relationship in Korea is marked by milestones. The first phase is called flirting, which is considered like casual dating. You're going out on dates, you're hanging out or stuff like that. During this phase, you may see other people, but then it's communicated that you're seeing other people, and then once you become exclusive, you have different dating milestones. So they have Koreans' milestones in dating goes by days. So they have 30-day gifts and 30-day milestones and 60-day. It goes in by increments of days. We don't really have that in America. You have Valentine's Day, you have your anniversary that you met, and that's really all you're celebrating. In South Korea, the relationship is celebrated nonstop. 2 weeks, they go by days. 14 day, 30 day, 90 days, 60 day. It's some little, and it doesn't have to be like a big celebration, you buying flowers. It's little things. In Korea, they have things called couples gifts. They have whole cottage industries of couples gifts. What's a couple gift? I didn't know what this was either. Couple gifts is something that may match between, or they have a set of things. So like, give me an example. There's like you may go to a little trinket shop in South Korea, and they have like a little blue cat and a little red cat. So you will buy one for you and your girlfriend. Most of the time, the men do these things. So he will buy a set of little cats. I'm just giving you an example. And then he will give one to his girlfriend, and he keeps one. So, and you may put it on your shelf at home. And then sometimes you want to take pictures for your significant other. And then the little trinket they bought you may be in the background, just showing that, hey, I'm thinking about you. I really appreciate what you got. Couples gifts are very simple. Sometimes, they're not necessarily jewelry. Sometimes they are bracelets, a promise ring. If you're getting on in a relationship, you start to be kind of semi-serious. But it could be a matching phone case. It could be a matching computer case. You may have matching computers. You may have a pair of matching socks. A couple's gift is just something small to remind you of that other person throughout the day. Also, which brings me into couples outfits. It is not uncommon in South Korea for couples to wear matching outfits. Now, I know that may seem corny and cheesy to you, but personally, your girl, I find it endearing. You may wear the same hoodie and the same sweatshirt when you guys go out. It is not considered corny. It's not considered lame. It is something that people used to do in America a long time ago, that people are like, oh, that's corny, that's stupid. Like, who want to have matching cups? And I find it sweet and enduring, And some couples match from head to toe. They have matching shoes, socks, track outfit, everything. So that's cute. Like what I was saying about relationship anniversaries, they have 100-day, 200-day, and so on and so forth. Now, as you get older, and the older couples will celebrate these certain things less frequently than younger couples. But it also depends, like I said, on the stage of relationship you're in. When you're in the first stages of the relationship, and that just depends on every couple, you really do these cutesy things to show your intended, or the person that you're seeing, that you really cherish and value their time. So that's another thing. Also, the other thing I want to get into is gender roles. Korea is very traditional. Men are still expected to pay for meals, pay for coffee, pay for desserts. They have couples cafes in South Korea, where there are cafes just for couples, for you to sit around in a cutesy little booth and have cutesy and share food. And they have little cutesy things on the menu, like heart-shaped cakes and stuff like that, for couples. Men are expected to be chivalrous. They're expected to hold their date's bag. Men are expected to give his coat when it's cold. Driving home or walking her to the subway or to the bus stop. That is a big thing in South Korea. A man will always walk you to your car, to your train, to your bus stop, to your door. Men will get out of the car and walk you to your door. It's not considered anything a big deal. It's just customary. For the women will dress up and make lunch boxes for their man, for their lunch to take to work or to school or at a picnic. These are considered normal things. So if you're into chivalry, that doesn't exist here. I mean, here in America, you can barely even get a man to hold the door open for you. But in South Korea, yes, it's considered normal for a man to show how much he likes this. Another thing I have to say, besides just that short list, I would have to say in personal experience, Korean men, I can't speak for the women, I've never dated a woman. Korean men like to love bomb. When a lot of Westerners, they have a hard time, men and women, dating somebody who is from Korea. Not Korean Americans, because if you're raised here in America and you're just Korean, you're still warped and twisted by American culture. And that applies to anybody. If you've been here for long enough, you're influenced by American dating culture, whether you want to like it or not. So But in Korea, yes, you will get love bombed. Like, people like to call you and text you throughout the day. Men will give you lots of attention. It is something that I find very endearing and very sweet. It is something that if you are used to having a very independent, detached style of romance and relationship, then it may not be for you. But yes, dating a Korean man and having it just in the sights of a Korean man, they're going to call you, they're going to text you, they're going to blow your phone up. They in Korea they use something called Kakao Talk. That's what everybody pretty much uses to do group chats, friend chats, chats with relationships, and it's a messaging app. But I'm just, from my experience and what I've experienced in other people too, not just me. Yes, Koreans, especially men, they're like, I'm gonna call you, especially when they're trying to get to know you. They're gonna call you, they're gonna text you all the time. I'm the type of girl like lots of attention. That's how you hold my attention. And so to have that was definitely refreshing. I didn't know that this is how I didn't know anything about Korean dating or how it went down until I started to look things up and find the compare and contrast with American dating. Again, I don't like American dating culture. It's not saying I don't like Americans. It's not saying I'm dogging out American men or American women. I'm saying the dating culture is what has warped and twisted us all. It's not yes, in every culture, in every language, in every country, there are good and there are bad people. Koreans have men out there that are misogynists, that are horrible men, just like in America. So it's not whether the men and the women are better or worse. It's what fits for you. I have to say it again. It's not good or bad or better or worse. I'm not here to try to make that judgment. It's what that fits for you. There are plenty of women in other countries that love Western men and Western women, and they like a more independent, casual style of dating. It's all just according to what you like and what you don't like, boo. That's on you. All I'm saying is for me, because I am a bit more conservative and old fashioned when it comes to my dating. When it comes to everything else, I'm very liberal. But when it comes to my dating, I like a man to be a man. I am a woman and I want to be a woman. And I like a man that likes to be a man. I like a man. And masculine and feminine is different for every culture. Let me say it again. What's considered masculine and feminine is different for every damn culture. A lot of things in American culture that is considered feminine or masculine is very jaded, it's very toxic, it's very wrong, in my opinion. It does not fly in other countries. You have men in other cultures that are very affectionate, that are very loving, that are very warm. That's not considered being a punk. That's not considered being a simp. None of those terms are applied in South Koreans unless they found it from Westerners. South Korean men don't go around calling men simps. Not grown men. Rarely have I heard that term in all the circles I've been around, of all the message boards and all the communities I've talked to Koreans. I have rarely heard that term. Oh, well, that guy's a simp. They didn't even know. I said that to somebody. They didn't even know what that meant. Because to them, if I'm interested in a woman, I have to show her that I'm interested. To them, it just makes sense. To me, that makes sense. Why would you be interested in a woman and then not show her that you're interested in? Korean men, most likely, they don't play these kind of games. Well, I got to wait a certain amount of days. I went online and read the dumbest shit. It was like the 6x6, the 666 rule, the 777 rule. All these rules that these people who wrote relationship books and dating books have come up with, these cute little cutesy phrases. And, well, you got to wait 2 days before you call her. And then you got to go on a certain amount of dates every 6 days. And then it's the 3-day rule. Look these things up. These things are so stupid, and they have warped people's sense of dating in America, because these are westernized, quote unquote, sociologists, psychologists, dating experts. These are people in the West writing these dumb ass books, making shit up as they go along, based on their experiences, based on anecdotal stuff, and not knowing that they are warped by the American culture, period. So these rules and these terms that people make up, these are westernized things. These may or may not exist in other countries. They don't have a rule in South Korea where every 6 days you go on a date with somebody. They're like, I want to see you. If you live in South Korea and a South Korean relationship is, once they're with you in a relationship, they want to see you frequently as much as they can. They want to talk to you all day. A Korean man will text you and blow your phone up all day. I asked a guy, I said, why do Korean men, if they're interested in you, why are they so, aggressive? Because it can come across as aggressive. And his rationale was, well, if I like you, I don't want another man to like you. I had a man tell me, Kiki, you're an attractive woman. Why wouldn't I be blowing up you? Why wouldn't I show my intentions? I'm assuming that you have other men who want to talk to you. So Korean men, see, when they got their eye on a woman, they think to themselves, she's attractive, she's smart, she's successful. They automatically, Korean men go in competitive mode. They consider like, okay, I'm not, whether it's true or not, they automatically assume she's a woman. I like her. I can't be the only person that likes this person. That's how they see it. Whether it's true or not, they just see it as like, it's game on now. Like, I have to keep this person's attention. That's a cultural thing. In America, it's like, I like you, you like me. That's how I feel in America. I like you, you like me. I know some of y'all are like, yeah, Kiki, yup. It's like, they may or may not pursue something with you. It may be a sexual thing. It may be just see you when I see you, whatever's clever, boo. It's a very nonchalant, laid back. And like I said, some of y'all may like that. I do not. I'm a type of person that I am a very definitive, definite person. If I like you, I like you. I don't like everybody. I don't flitter from guy to guy to guy. So if I show interest in you, to me, in my mind, it's a very special thing. Because it's like, I don't show interest in everybody. So when I let my guard down with you, and I'm very friendly in conversation with you, because normally my guard is always up and I'm not really that way. So I feel like if I'm very nice to you in conversation, then obviously there's something special about you that I'm interested in. And so, you have to, move accordingly. But it just seems like I said, especially me being a woman, I'm a straight woman, that when dating men, it's like, I feel like a lot of men want you to chase them these days. Like, I don't want anybody to chase me, and I don't want to chase anybody. I don't want to be, jumping up going, ooh, pick me, ooh, me. Like, I don't want to do that. And I don't want a man to feel like he has to, like, call me and text me all the time to get my attention. It's like, it should be a thing where you like the person or not. In Korea, I have to say also, communication is a big thing. Men will tell you, I like you. You're beautiful. I find that American men don't really say that. Or men who've been in this culture don't really express themselves. Korean men, I would say, are almost romantics. They do express themselves. They will tell you if they like your body. Now, like I said, some people may be offended by that. And you may be like, whoa, wait a minute. But Korean men will tell you, I like your body. You're attractive. I think you're sexy. I find that in America, it's like this dance of like, well, it's like an innuendo. Sometimes it's a bit more conservative than Korean men. But Korean men are just very straight to the point. Just like, I like you, you like me. And then once they figure out they like you, it's not like we got to wait forever to be boyfriend and girlfriend. I had a dude that I was talking to online that was like, I want you to be my wife. No, look, no lies. No lies spoken here. He was like, I want you to come to Korea. I want to take care of you. I want you to be my wife. I was like, no, sir. No oppa. Time out. I was like, wait a minute. And he was an older guy. He was older than me. He was a guy like in his late 50s. His kids were all grown. And I'm like, and if I wanted to hit that lick, I would have hit that lick. But I'm not about that. I don't need to use anybody for their money or prestige. I have 2 kids. But this dude was like really interested in me. He was like, you're my type of woman. I like black women. I want to be, I'm old, I'm grown. my parents are dead. Can't nobody tell me what I want to do and what I can't have. And he's a man of a certain, like I said, a certain income status. And his kids was grown, and he was like, I'm not dead yet. I still want to get married. And, he was like, hey, I like you, you like me. And after talking for a while, he was like, we need to be in a relationship. This dude was over here telling me, well, I love you and I want to be with you and blah, blah, blah. And again, I just kind of laughed it off. But then, like, as I talked to other Korean women, they were like, oh, this is pretty normal. Like, the way Koreans use I love you is very different than the term has a different kind of meaning than what is known in America. And like I said, I will do another video getting into what I love you means in Korea and how quickly it is used and what it actually means, because it's different. And there are a bunch of other just cultural things that are very different with Korean dating. But like I said, it's another time for another video. So I hope you guys have learned something. I hope you guys, like I said, I'm not intending everybody to go out there and date a man in South Korea or a woman who lives in South Korea, but it just gives you some perspective as to what's happening in other cultures, and that a lot of people are very lonely and very despondent, and a lot of people out there thinking, is it just me? Why is this not working for me? Why can't people be like this and this and X, Y, and Z? And why is this so hard? Does it have to be this hard? And I'm here to tell people that it's America. It's America makes it harder than what it has to be. Dating should not be this hard. Just dating, not marriage, not finding a life partner, not moving in with somebody, but just going out and getting to know somebody and enjoying the same sex or the opposite sex's company. It shouldn't be that hard. But unfortunately, here we are. And so I just, I feel like information is power. And so I just want you to go into things knowing that I don't have to be treated a certain way, or I can't ask for certain things, or men don't do this, women don't do this, men can't do this, men can't do that, women can't do this. I'm telling you that they can. Other cultures can. That's my biggest takeaway. When people tell you, well, men don't do that, and men who? Men in America don't do that. Other men can be very intentional. So, I thank you watched this video. Make sure you like, share, subscribe. And happy Valentine's Day. If you see this on Valentine's Day. I am be single on Valentine's Day, y'all. So, we're all in the same boat. I'm single. You may be watching this video, may be single. So, happy Galentine's Day. Happy Friendtine's Day, whatever they want to call it for those of us who are been single, this year, or in my case for quite a few number of years on purpose. But I just hope you guys have a good day and a good weekend, a good day, good evening, good weekend, whatever, when you watch this video. And just we'll get through this, y'all. I promise we'll get through this one video at a time. Anyway, bye.